Hi guys, I'm Talisa with Talisa Aquarist, and today I just have a fun announcement to make. I'm going to be setting up my 40-gallon breeder tank. As many of you guys know, I have had it set up with 2 betta fish in it, and they've been in there for a few days together, well maybe like 5 days or something, and still no babies. I don't believe there's any eggs in the nest. So what I've decided to do is set the tank up, plant it, put the substrate in, all that, and see if that helps with the breeding process. So I'm going to take the fish out, kind of separate them, get the tank all set up this week, and that will be in a separate video of me setting up the tank. I thought that'd be fun to just do a video of me setting up the tank as well. This is currently what the 40-gallon breeder looks like. I've got about 15 gallon of water here in the bottom, and I have 2 betta fish in here, and they're not living together peacefully necessarily, but the female just kind of leaves the male alone, and he does his own thing. He has a really good bubble nest up under this almond leaf. Can you see all those bubbles? And there he is. He's been maintaining the nest really well, but they just keep on not breeding. I'm not sure why. And I just got a tank stand, well, coffee table that's sturdy, for this tank, so I'll be able to see the tank better and see into it better, do water changes easier if that's necessary. But yeah, I'm so excited to start this new project. I asked my husband earlier today, I was like, it's gonna be like a few $100 for me to just buy the substrate and the driftwood, and most of the plants for the tank will be coming out of my own tanks that are already established. I can just cut off stem plants and put them in there. I'll probably buy a few plants from my local fish store, but not much. I was like, it's gonna cost like a good amount just for the substrate and driftwood. I want like a big piece of driftwood in the tank because I feel like that makes such a big difference. And my husband said to go ahead with the project, which I was pretty excited about. He's been so supportive of this YouTube channel. Honestly, if it wasn't for him and his support in this, I would not have half the tanks I have, and I wouldn't even have this YouTube channel if it wasn't for him. So we really have him to thank for all of this. Like, this tank with a large piece of driftwood would make such a big statement. And then as the plants fill in, like, it would just look so neat. I know it doesn't look like much right now, and it's kind of ugly, honestly. I have so many random hides in there for the betta fish to hide from each other in and stuff. But I think it's going to look great once I add some sand in there. Well, I'll do a layer of aqua soil and then sand on top of that and then plant it heavily, like I've done with most of my fish tanks. Which means that my betta fish experiment is starting sooner than I had originally planned. I was not patient enough to wait until we moved and I could get a 75-gallon tank all established. And because the betta fish aren't killing each other in 15 gallons of water, they should actually be able to get along quite peacefully in a 40-gallon tank that's heavily planted. At least that's what I'm thinking. And then once we move, I do plan to move them to either a 60-gallon or a 75-gallon, depending on, like, I'll see if the 40-gallon seems like a good size or if they need something way bigger. And obviously I'll have to keep into account that if I do have a successful hatch of betta fish, then I will need a bigger tank for all the babies once they get older. So I'm leaning towards 75-gallon, but we'll see. But anyhow, I'm super excited that I get to start my betta fish project with the 40-gallon. And I think it's just going to be beautiful. And I'm very excited. Once we move, I will probably put like a big 75-gallon fish tank on this stand. But for now, the 40-gallon breeder will sit on it. And maybe the betta fish will keep Squishy company. I don't know. Guess we'll see if Squishy even notices them. But yeah, stay tuned. I'll be setting up the 40-gallon later this week. I've already ordered a Haiger light for the aquarium off of Amazon. I've not ever used Haiger, but I got a nice light from Haiger off of Amazon. That should be coming Thursday. So I think I'll probably try to set the tank up like Thursday evening when I don't have so much light coming in through the window above the tank, so it should be better for filming. And I'm really excited to try out the new Haiger lights. I don't know if they're new to me. I don't know how long they've been around, but I'm very excited to try them out. They seem like a high quality light for not very much money. Like, I'm paying $60 for a Hygger light that fits across the top of my 40-gallon breeder tank really well. And so I'm just super excited to get that in the mail and mess around with that and see how I like it. But I'm also just really excited to get the tank set up. I can't wait. It will be a little bit harder to move the tank once we move, but oh well. I just hope that I can get a good batch of betta fry before we move later this year. Thank you guys for watching.